Hey guys, welcome to episode number 43 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from my office today. Working on a bunch of projects from both the restoration division, both my coaching business. Very busy day, and I've got some things going on this evening. So today I want to talk about something that really involves more or less your employees, technicians, but also you, and different versions of what it means. And the key word today is called benefits. What is the benefits? What are the benefits to your company? What do they add as far as value to your people, to your staff, your technicians, whatever it happens to be in your service-based business or any based business for that matter? What are benefits? Well, in the traditional sense, benefits really refer to primarily health insurance, hospitalization, prescription, things along those lines that really obligate itself to your traditional benefits. And after benefits, usually after a period of maybe 90 days or so, people are usually qualified at that point. Once they've passed some prerequisite criteria, they're eligible for the health insurance after 90 days. So that's a really big benefit to anybody, literally, no pun intended again, really big benefit to anybody is having that. But I want to invite you some non-traditional benefits and some real tangible long-term benefits. So one of the things I talk about, I have a friend of mine that is my financial advisor, and I don't have a ton of money. I'm able to invest in it. Most of my money now goes back into the projects that I have that I'm starting, different companies, whatever the case is, where a lot of money goes. But a small portion of it does go into an investment account, and he manages it, does a very, very good job of it. And I highly recommend to anybody, and I have recommended it to many people. He does an amazing job. But here's the incentive of having those extra benefits. One of the big ones is a 401k or a simple IRA, something like that, something that's just a basic investment account that you take. Your employer will match up to a certain degree of what the contribution is. So say the contribution is up to 3% of your salary. Well, if it's a 100% match, 3%, now they're matching 3% of what your total is, which is a huge amount. That means 6% of what you made is getting put in. 3% you're contributing, and 3% he or she is contributing. The company is matching on that. So that's crucial, especially long-term. Most people do not think about retirement. They think Social Security will be around, it will be enough, it'll be fine. And for some, that's true. And for some with their jobs, you might have pensions and other things that are going to pay for that retirement. But for many of us, it's not true. Me included, it's not true. I've got to deal with whatever I'm going to get from Social Security, whatever I've got put aside, and then whatever money I really make from the investments of the business. So it's crucial to make sure you put something away. So a non-traditional benefit would be an employee contribution, employer contribution to an investment account that builds equity in yourself and gives you something to retire to at some point in time when you hit 65, whatever, 63, 62, 55, depending on the business you're in, which will give you that retirement. That's a big non-traditional issue, is making sure that some type of insurance is there, a 401k, an investment account. Also, other ones are dental coverage, which is huge because dental is not inexpensive today. I mean, some of your bigger operations can be covered under your major medical, but a lot of things are not. So if you need a root canal, things like that, that could be thousands of dollars, $3,000 to do a tooth. Having health insurance, having dental insurance to stay will benefit you greatly when it comes to that. Life insurance is another one, and that's a lot of companies contribute that a certain amount of money toward your life insurance contributions. Huge. Paid days off. I know it seems simple. It seems like technicians would make a big deal about this, that out of all those things I just mentioned to you, including the most important, the 401k match, whatever the case, that would be the biggest thing. But they're thinking in the short term many times, and a paid day off is a pretty awesome thing. So let's just say that person's earning hypothetically $20 an hour and they get a paid day off. You do the math. You've got $180 there. That's being, you've got $160 there that's being put into their paycheck before taxes, prior to tax liabilities. It's pretty good, and you don't have to come to work. And maybe there's guys that just want to work through it and they get the extra in their pay on a non-overtime week or non-overtime basis. That's always an option too as well. But my advice to you is, if you get the paid day off, take the paid day off. It's a great benefit. Trips away. I used to do it with my company. Top performers would have trips away, including I had one where my general manager hit certain criteria, was doing an outstanding job, and I sent him and his family away to upstate New York, which is in Pennsylvania at the time, to a water park with him and his family for an all expenses paid trip. Everything was paid for. top to bottom, minus like their transportation to get there. And I think even that we did something with that to contribute toward that. So it didn't really cost him anything or very little to go to where we needed to go for a few days away for rest and fun with his family. And it's a tremendous benefit. So the trips away, recognition is a benefit. It costs you basically nothing. But let's just say on the good end, you've got a group of technicians, a group of employees, and one of them is just a super performer, really has done something outstanding, in a restoration business. Technicians have recently, been running around like crazy. Well, the guy that's really over-delivered and really overperformed deserves something. That could be something as simple as a plaque to say thank you so much for the recognition. And more importantly, what I would do is if you're making money from it, make sure there's a little bit extra something for them. Now, I'm not talking something where they're on a bonus program. We'll get to that a little bit later. But one of the benefits to this is just saying, here's a $100 gift card to a restaurant for your family. Here's $50 for this. You could always do a little bit of cash if it's workable in your business frame to give them a little bit of something. But that is just something right there, just a little bit of recognition, a plaque, a certificate, telling everybody that's it and making sure he gets a little bit of a financial reward that he can do something with his family with, or something that he'll remember every time he spends it. Could be as simple as a coffee card with $50 on it. Thank you so much, Eugene, for doing a great job this month. Wanted to give you this little gift card, this little small token of our appreciation for all the work and the effort you put into it. So can't go wrong with that. Just a simple thing, costs very little, but your top performers, that's something you should definitely do. Anything when it comes to bonuses or anything that comes to an incentive program is always a great benefit. So let's just say, for example, we have with the restoration side of the business and we get busy with jobs and the guys have scheduled jobs and they have to now go to another job. We typically pay them a time and a half ratio, even though they're not a time and a half at that point, to go to the flood job as an incentive above what their normal work is going to be. And we don't know if they're going to hit overtime. They might be short one day, but they're still getting the time and a half to go to the job. So let's just say they're at no threat of being over 40 hours and they go out and they do a job and they're working on a job and they're rushed to go and run to another job. That would be normally part of their day-to-day functions. But for us, one of the things we do is we time and a half them on those restoration jobs. We know the payday is going to be a little bit more. We know there's a potential for overtime. There could be a potential for overtime just that day and not the end of the week over 40 hours. So we do an incentive program with them for that. We've also got programs in place where top performers get bonuses depending on what they do and what they achieve. The management people, myself, our general manager, and the owner of the company, we're not privy to that stuff, and that we don't mind. We want to see that go to the technicians that are in the field doing the work and making things happen from that standpoint. Our primary responsibility is to make sure the work comes in, the work gets managed at the top end correctly, and the work gets collected upon. Those guys are in the field making it happen, working their ass off, so they deserve that extra little bit of something, whether it be a time and a half or some type of bonus at the end of the month, depending on how we did financially or if goals were set. Goal contests are great. If you have the beginning of the month, you say, hey, I'm going to set up a time or a thing where if we do this criteria, this happens. If we set this criteria, this happens. If we do this amount in gross sales, this happens. You really can't make it a profit because that's really a general manager issue or the ownership issue because they really have no control over what you make profitable or not profitable. So you have to set it off some kind of sales goal criteria and do that. So it's a really good idea to make sure you have things in place in your business that reward those that technically reward you, that do the work there, make the job easy, make things happen, and are low headaches at the administrative level, that they're just going out there, doing what they need to do every single time, as we always say, without excuses, and making sure something happens. So that's really crucial. So I want to go into that again today. Benefits to your technicians, your employees, your staff. Making sure the better your benefits are, the more tangible your benefits are, the more achievable your benefits are from without some type of a crazy system to be calculated to make it almost impossible and rigged on the house. Make it simple, drawn out, straight procedure. You do this, you get this. You do this, you do this. You do this, you get this. Making sure that you offer those health insurance benefits within a period of time, if your company so allows. I know the government today says you have to be able to do it within a certain degree. So that's really vital but I would definitely say, work with what's tangible to you. The better offerings you have with your company to attract top people, the better off you'll be. And that better offering is not always salary, even though salary is good. Right here in the city, they take state tests. They take the city tests, I'm sorry. And some of these jobs don't really pay that great, but they have great health insurance, great benefit program. So they know in time they're going to start making more money. But at the beginning, the big draw is you're set, your family has health coverage, your family has dental, your family's this, blah, blah, blah. And it's crucial because they don't make a ton of money per hour to start for the most part. So make sure you incorporate benefits, traditional, non-traditional, into your program, into your business. Make sure everything is spelled out. It's done. There's no confusion about it. This is what happens when you achieve this. This is what happens when you achieve this. This is what happens when you achieve this time goal in order to be eligible for different benefit programs from a business. Make sure if your employee is offering things, make sure it's financially feasible for you to be able to reinvest that back into the company. So that's what I have to talk about today. Episode number 43 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching for the 30th of January, the last day of the month. And we're at episode number 43, climbing up fast. We talk about benefits and not just health coverage. All right, guys, have a great day. Have an awesome, productive. We'll see you tomorrow with a brand new episode of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching here on the Service Without Excuses Mastermind. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.